Yo, what's good? It's your boy Andre, and I wanted to make a quick video to briefly go over what my life has been like within the past few months. And hopefully, by doing so, I can inspire some of you guys to hopefully start your own businesses and create the financial freedom and dream life that you've always wanted. So, from this past year, man, it has been one of the craziest wild rides of my entire life, right? And that's coming from somebody that has played college football at a Division 1 level. I'm used to, thousands and thousands of fans at every single game. These moments were insane for me, and I lived that life from, the age of 21 to 24, right? And then after getting out, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. Basically, I got out with a marketing degree, but I was terrible at marketing, right? And I had no skills. So I remember trying so hard to get marketing degrees. I applied to so many different jobs, and basically nobody would take me, right? And so all I knew how to do at that moment was work out. And basically, what I did was get a training job at LA Fitness, pretty much just accepted the lowest form of pay possible, but I used it as an opportunity to better my skills at talking with people in person, right? Because before that, I was pretty much a pothead in college. All I do was, smoke weed, play football, obviously because I was a football player. But that was pretty much it, right? And so I always knew getting out of college would be extremely hard to create a business, which is what I eventually wanted to do, right? But getting into it, I didn't know how hard it was going to be until I actually graduated, right? So after getting, a job at LA Fitness, then I got a job at Lifetime Fitness in Arizona, moved down here, and since, been living here for the past 4 years. And then from a year ago was when I started my SEO agency, which eventually led me down the path of making around 30K MRR per month, so monthly recurring revenue, and anywhere from 35 to 38K per month, depending on how many setup fees that we get right now, right? So that's where I'm currently at, and I'll say nothing has been more stressful on me than starting my own business within this past year, especially now where I'm at currently, right? And so I remember last year, I put so much money into courses and communities and all of this different stuff. I was actually negative 10K in my bank account January of last year. And this is when I was looking to find another job, right? And I was getting turned down from pretty much anywhere. And all I wanted was some side income. That's all I wanted. And I couldn't even get an Uber job because there's something on my record apparently, right? And so I basically was left in a situation where there was no turning back. And basically, I could either live with my parents back in Seattle or I could double down on my SEO agency, make the most out of it, and try to get as much clients as possible, right, in the shortest amount of time. And so that is actually what I did, right? And that led me to the point where up until now, we have over 50 clients, again, doing around 35 to 38K per month and just over 30K MRR, right? And basically, what I wanted to kind of explain by, talking about my situation was that, basically we're pretty much the same, right? I believe all people are pretty much equals. And the only reason why I'm in this situation was because I was just so uncomfortable and I hated my life so much at one point that I was forced to make a change, right? And during this whole time of being out of college, I always knew I had to, do something big, but I was lazy, man. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was lazy since I've graduated. I was doing, training jobs here and there. I started, a white labeling a meal prep company, did the minimum amount of work to get that up and going and get money that way. And I've always found like little side hustles and little ways to make money here and there, but I've always been so broke and I've always just hated it so much, right? But nothing made a difference until I was negative 10K in my bank account last year around January, and I had no other option than to just win, cold call 200, 300 people a day. And again, just try my hardest and do whatever it took to get clients, right? And that is when I started seeing my life change. So what I see is the biggest problem when I teach, affiliates nowadays, on how to start their own SEO agency, is the fact that they're just too comfortable with their life, right? And you know the quote that goes, that which you are comfortable, you won't change, right? So that which you do not hate, you will tolerate, right? And I could not tolerate being negative 10K in debt, right? I don't think anybody could tolerate that, right? And so what I want to explain to you is it is extremely hard to start a business, right? This past year has been some of the hardest moments that I've ever had to go through. And this is coming from somebody, again, that's played Division I football. I know what tough looks like. They used to just absolutely give us hell, especially during the off seasons, right? I felt like I was in a military camp a lot of the times. It was extremely hard. And starting a business is 10 times harder than that, right? And so for you to be successful with it, especially in the beginning when it's the hardest, you have no clients, you have no testimonials, right? You have pretty much no confidence because you have no evidence that you've gotten anybody any kind of results. You have to get to the point where you truly hate your life so that you can do the work that's necessary with the cold calls, with, building the profile on LinkedIn, with starting all of your emails and buying all the domains and starting to learn about how to use a CRM like Go High Level, how to actually get results for people at, Search Atlas or whatever tools that you want to use, because it is not easy in the beginning, right? And so, again, I just go back to the fact that nothing in my life changed, guys, until I was forced to absolutely make that change. Otherwise, I'd have to move back in with my parents and not be able to live my dream life and pretty much just put it on pause, right? So, if you guys can get anything out of this video, I'll just say, please, if you don't like your life, there's no reason to become indebted to it, to go out with these so-called friends every weekend and do the same exact routine that you're doing every weekend. There's so much more to life. A few months ago, I was in Marbella, I was in Spain, and then last couple months, I was in San Diego with my friend. I can bounce and go to any country, any state, literally anytime that I want right now, right? I'm not right now because I want to grow to 50, 100K plus per month, right? Because I'm hungry. I'm also recording this on a Saturday night where everybody else is at these waste management events or partying or going out in the town. And I'm grinding here because, again, I am not comfortable with my life. I actually still truly do not like my life at all, still to this day. I have even bigger dreams of being well known on YouTube, of, traveling full time, doing full time YouTube, and then building my community in school even bigger to the point where it's a massive presence and I'm more well known across, not only the US, but the other countries as well, right? To me, that is such a strong vision that pushes me every single day to get me to the point where, within the next few months, I will be at 50 to 100K per month, right? But without this vision and without the fact that I know that I truly do not like my life, even right now, I would just be okay with being at 30K per month and I would probably just stop right there, right? Because I can do pretty much anything I want, but I'm not going to, because I truly still hate my life, right? Because I know what I'm worth. So I guess, guys, please just understand your value, know what you're worth, and do not get too comfortable in your life, because there's just so much more that you can achieve. There's so much more that you can accomplish. And do you really want to be on your deathbed one day, look back to yourself and be like, man, I wish I would have started that business. I wish I would have tried something and gotten out of that situation, that trap, that rat race, because, before you know it, you're going to have a whole family, you're going to have people to take care of, this, and that once you get 40, 50, 60 years old. So once you're in your 20s, it's the best time to go out and take risks, man. go out and take risks with a business. Say it takes a year or two to actually get some money going, to get some money flowing. That's perfectly fine, man. You have the rest of your life to enjoy it once you get to the point where you're making 20, 30K per month, right? But if you don't sacrifice, right, 1 to 2 years of your life, maybe even 3 years of your life, you will never get there. And your dreams will become the sacrifice then, right? So please don't get too comfortable. Really just try your hardest to get out of your situation, even if you're not, 100% hating your life right now. I guarantee you, if you continue down this path and there's even a 1% chance that you're not liking your situation, it will just eat at you, bro. It will just eat at you day by day by day until you get to the point where I eventually got to around last year, where I was like, enough of this shit, man. I got to get out. I got to start getting clients, and I have to get to that 30K per month mark, which I'm at now, so I can have my financial freedom. I can have the life that I've truly always wanted, right? But again, I would have never gotten there if I was comfortable and if I did not hate my situation and where I was at. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and like, subscribe, do all of that stuff, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.